Hello there, Starscream back for review. Now I said I'd do a computer game review this time, didn't I? But I suddenly remembered I promised ages ago that I would do this guy again and do him justice properly. Because, well, I'll start off with Hot Rod. Now, Hot Rod, as you know, is introduced in the movie. Now, like Blur, he transforms into something that's tolerable at least, unlike Cup. I'm not saying anymore, but you do have to have three of them, don't you, all together, as was mentioned on my review somebody posted, and I completely agree. You post all three of them together, which is excellent. Anyway, so this is my really old Hot Rod. He's the actual one that came out at the time of the movie. Now, there's a few variants of it. I could bore you that some of them have metal toes, some of them don't. Some of them have rubber wheels, some of them have plastic wheels. That's it, really. I mean, the toy itself is quite good, as I said, but he's got a big problem. Look, if I stand up now, my arm is pivots. You know, you can see what I mean? It's just not great, is it? You can do this a bit, you know, you can shrug his shoulders around, you know? Look at this, look. Yeah, look, he shows his disinterest in this review. But all in all, the toy is a nice, it stands nicely on the shelf, it poses very nicely. The head is... it's alright, isn't it? I mean, obviously he's got a problem that he's got a big shiny block at the back of it. But all that aside, the toy is quite nice, actually. I kind of like it. It displays nicely, and it's balanced well. Unlike a lot of the Generation 1 Transformer toys, back heavy, front heavy, or they just sort of like sink into themselves. But Hot Rod's a nice toy, and this one has stood the test of time. It's still holding together quite neat now, so I can't really knock it on that front. I mean, Hot Rod as a character is established in the movie as a bit of a hothead, quite impulsive, quite young, trying to prove himself, gets in the way of Prime, and gets Prime killed. So thanks a lot, Hot Rod. But we've done another Hot Rod, and that's the Target Master one. Which is identical, isn't he? Other than the fact the handholds are larger. Now, if I can take the gun out, you see what I mean? Much bigger handholds. As you can see, the stress on the plastic would obviously be greater because the handhold is that much bigger. Now, he has metal toes for some reason, my Target Master one. And I'll be honest, this is a reissue of it. I haven't got the original one because it costs a lot more money. And I think it's Firebolt. I think this is his right Target Master. Now, you see, I've taken all the Target Masters off my Target Master Transformers, and I can't remember which one goes with which Transformer. But I think this is Firebolt. I mean, you can say if I'm right or wrong if you want, but I think that is Firebolt, and I think that's Hot Rod's one. That's in Season 3 of the Transformers, where obviously some of them become Headmasters, some of them become Target Masters. Obviously, if you remember, Hot Rod at this point is Hot Rod again. He's not Rodimus. Oh, I should have said Rodimus Prime at this time. It is Hot Rod. But now I said it back to front, but it doesn't matter. You know what I mean. So he's back to being Hot Rod. He acts exactly the same as he always did. He acts like an arsehole. But there you go, you give him the Target Master gun. He's well developed in the comics, very well. Here he goes on Target 2000. He's constantly hopping through time, trying to stop Unicron, or he gets involved with Starscream in the underbase. He loses a lot of troops in that one. I mean, he's a good role in the comics, in the UK one especially. And all in all things set aside, he's not a bad character. Hot Rod, not a bad toy, and not a bad character in the comics. In the movie, I found him quite annoying. But I'm not the only one. Now, they've done a classic one of him. It's very nice, actually. Very poseable. Look. Sorry about that. My phone rang and I should have turned it off. Very annoying. Anyway, as I was saying, look what he can do that the old Hot Rod can't. Wow! And it doesn't stop there. He can go all the way up. And up, and up, and up. Mind you, just got caught in this, so I look like an arse. But, yeah, you see what I mean? It gets caught on his back, unfortunately, but yeah, as opposed to just getting stuck like that. I mean, with his problem, if he could only do that, he'd be shooting the floor because it don't go any further with the gun, so he'd go like, I can't, yeah. So, but But all in all, nice toy. I don't know if there's a character developed behind. There usually is when they release a new Transformer. No matter how fleeting or small or insignificant, they usually give him a character anyway. But I'm going to go and say as much that he's Hot Rod. And he has exactly the same characteristics. He's just as hot-headed, impulsive, and annoying. But the toy is really nice and really poseable, and the head moulding's not bad, is it? I always concentrate on the head moulding, because I usually... I don't know, to me it says a lot about the toy from the head moulding, if it resembles the cartoon one. I mean, obviously the figures are not always going to be eye-to-eye exact replica, but they have scope with the heads to get them pretty much spot on, and if they don't, I think they're just being bloody lazy. But the toy itself is quite nice. You can't really complain with that one, can you? I mean, if I stand it against the original one, I mean, you can see, look, they really do resemble each other, but he's just very poseable and articulate, and he... I don't know, has the articulation of what should we say? A paperweight. Now it brings me to something which I really don't want to talk about too much, and I'll be brief with this one because I'm going to give him his own full review, all to himself later on. He gets turned in Rodimus Prime, doesn't he? Because Prime apparently thinks that... Well, I don't know if it's Prime who thinks he should have it, because he gives it to Ultra Magnus, so I take that back. Apparently the Matrix thinks that Hot Rod should get it. Yeah, so obviously we should trust the Matrix. No, don't. They give it to this prick. I do not want to talk about this toy, so I won't. All I'll say is a whingy, whiny, self-doubting pain in the arse, and I'm not going to talk about the toy at all. I'm going to save him for a really special review, and then I'll do something really special with him. So they've done another Rodimus. This is the Energon one, not the Armada. I almost made a faux pas. But here we go. He comes along, he's actually working against Optimus Prime. Optimus Prime? Yes, it is Optimus Prime in Energon. He's working against him, actually. He thinks that Optimus Prime's trying to undermine what they're trying to do, and he's sent to stop him. So it's quite good having Rodimus Prime trying to stop Optimus Prime at the same time. Now, I like that angle on the story, and I do like the way they give him a nice, deep, gruff voice. It makes him stand out, and it gives him quite a bit of character in the show, actually. And I liked it. I wish he could have been in it more. I wish they could have focused on him a little bit more. He's still sort of like off-centre as regards importance of what's going on, but all things aside, he's got a good character. And the Transformer is alright. I mean, look, the head's alright. It's supposed to be Rodimus, so don't compare it to Hot Rod. And don't compare it to that other abysmal piece of crap called Rodimus Prime. Just think of him as not a bad toy. I mean, the only thing that annoys me is these, like huge mud flaps, don't they? He's off to play cricket, or, I don't know, you would say baseball? We call it rounders, never mind. But yeah, you can see the problem with this. He could have alright legs if you took this black bit away. He'd look alright then in proportion. But as it is, he looks like he's got these huge legs and no knee. But all things, he's not a bad toy. And I kind of like this one, and it displays alright. And the last one I'll show you for this is a titanium Rodimus Prime, which, in all fairness, is a good toy. I've got this problem that he's got a hole through his middle. Look. Yeah. So other than that, it could do a bit of a twist, you know, boogie on down, but other than that, it's a bit hunched up. But he's alright, he's an okay toy. I like it, he's got a nice bit of weight and he's balanced alright. It's just, I can't stop thinking it's like a hunchback. Oh, sorry. But he's alright as a toy, actually, he poses alright, and I kind of like the transformation of this one. All things aside, it's quite a nice toy. It's probably become a bit harder to get off now because the titanium range was cancelled, because it wasn't popular. I can't think why. Maybe because most of them were crap. But yeah, he's one of the better ones, I'd go as far to say. The head's not too bad either, is it? He only had a neck. I'm sorry. I've only just noticed that. He's been on the shelf and I've never noticed he doesn't have a neck. Never mind. He's poseable as I suppose you can get for one of these. And I like the toy, actually. It's not bad. I mean, if you can get him, I'd recommend finding him. You know, if you can, get him while you can. If you can, get him while you can. Now, there's impeccable logic for you. And the last one I'll show you is a little tiny Hot Rod. He's sold with Star Convoy, so I don't think you can buy him on his own, or you can find him on some sort of lucky little box thing, but he comes with Star Convoy. I could do a review sometime, and I'll do the transformation here for you. I mean, he's only like a Minicon size, you know, Microbot, but here we go. It's not bad, is it? There we go. That's just a quick look at Hot Rod and Rodimus Primes, and I'm saving that abomination for a special review, all to himself. So alright then, so that's me, that's Starscream saying take care, and see you all out there.
Give me back that fucking Matrix immediately. You run this organization right under the fucking ground, Hot Rod.
I tried to do my best.
If you would let Ultra Magnus have the Matrix like I had intended, then we wouldn't be in this mess now, would we?
No, we would not to this, sir.
The best you can do is bring me back to life to fix your problems. It's probably the best move as leader that you've ever made.